Hello, welcome back to the garage. If you've been following the series, you'll have seen that at the end of the last one, having a little bit of trouble drying out the guitar front or the guitar back, whichever it turns out to be, and it's proving a little bit difficult to dry. So in this episode, I'm going to try a few other ways of doing it. So it's clearly there's been a problem with using steam to bend these things. It works, but then getting the thing dry again is almost impossible. It's got to be held in its shape while it dries, otherwise it warps and buckles. Now I'm trying to dry something out upstairs that I'm not really sure it's going to work very well, so I'm going to try a different approach. Now I know that Gibsons press them hot, but they don't press them with steam. So how to heat up another piece, so yet another piece, a piece of maple sufficiently to bend it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to double bag it. I'm going to put it inside one of these plastic sacks, and then we're going to put the whole thing inside the other plastic sack and steam it. And in theory, the one on the inside bag won't get wet, it'll just get hot. And then we'll try pressing it and see if it actually presses into shape or whether it all cracks up. We'll find out. So here's the piece of wood in the first bag, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to seal it with some tape. This is Gorilla Tape. It's pretty good stuff, so I'm hoping that it will not mind the steam on the outside and stay in one piece. I'll put that along there. It does mean I'm going to have to sacrifice the bag, which in terms of greenness isn't brilliant, but we'll see. We'll see if it works. There's the first bag done. Now we'll put that into the second bag. Okay, so that's double bagged now. I've just switched on the steam machine, so that'll be 10 minutes to warm up. Again, I've got a piece of protective wood underneath that I can whip out at the last minute, because I don't want to get the wooden mould all steamy either. That's going to change its shape. So that's all ready. It's the right way up, and then the steam should start. I'll leave it for 10 minutes and we'll see how that goes. So it's been 10 minutes, and if I'm completely honest, feeling the wood, it doesn't feel as bendy as it did when I was steaming it. But we'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong, and it's back to the drawing board again. We are going to get it to work by hook or by crook. Okay. Diff gloves on, and then I'm going to remove the piece of wood from underneath. This one's protecting. Okay, and I'm going to move the wood into the middle. Okay, so it's on both sides. It is starting to curl up, so I don't know if that's going to affect things. We'll see. Okay, that's all off there. Now I need the lid. And just like last time, I'm leaving the steam on till the last minute. Make sure the top's the right way around. Drop that on. Off with the steam. Press the steam as quickly as possible. Like that. Get some weight on it before it cools. Double checking that I've got it in the right place. Okay, there we are. So either it's going to be nicely formed or it's all going to be cracked and broken. Come back in half an hour when it's cool. Okay, it's time to find out. It's been cooling for half an hour or so. Let's take the clips off, see what we've got. See if it's dry inside the second bag. See if it's bent or broken. Put those there. So, lid's coming off. And the lid is pretty wet. First bag. And immediately I can feel a big lump here. I can feel cracking. it hasn't worked. That's disappointing. That's very disappointing. Oh well. I'll get it out of the bag and see. A lot more water than there was last time. There we go. On the positive side, at least the tape's held, so that's good. And let's open this up and see the extent of the damage. Yeah, what's happened is the epoxy in the middle has failed by the looks of it. Take it out of its bag. It's mostly dry. It's got a curve on it. The epoxy in the middle's failed, and I don't know. So I want to share with you the latest disaster. So this is the board that I made earlier on, which is two things laminated together. And as you can see, what's happened is that as soon as I've taken the tension off it, it's just all curled up and gone peculiar. So, and the movement of the wood is so profound that it's actually cracked the maple join right down the middle. In fact, it's delaminating as well. So it's all delaminated down here. It's all cracked, falling apart. Generally, it's been a disaster. That is not the way to do it. So I tried another experiment, a second experiment with the dry forming, so bag in bag, and I got this. So that kind of confirms if you try and do it just dry, so the steam's around the outside as I did earlier on, put it in the dry bag, it just cracks down the middle. So this join down the middle is proving to be a bit of a pain. And this is how you build normal acoustic guitars, but getting this to form with that join in the middle is a real pain. But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to try again. This is deforming more and more, just sitting there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it another try. I think some of the problem is the fact that the two woods are different drynesses, and so one is swollen from being wet, and as it dries, it contracts and it causes the other side to cool, whichever one to shrink. Sorry. So there's also, I learned from this, the rest of it's stuck. I mean, mostly it's stuck, but obviously I need to put more glue on. More, in fact, is it coming across this side as well? A little bit. It's basically stuck, but there's big chunks of it where it's all coming apart. Look, and these bits are pretty well stuck. So it's not that it won't stick to the wet. That's obviously not the case, because it is sticking. And a lot of it, as it curls, it's putting a lot of pressure on that glue. So it's down on this side, but the middle bits are good. So we're kind of halfway there. So time to rethink, time to have another go. So all in all, so far it's a disaster. But I hope that was helpful anyway. It helps just to know what not to do to try and make a guitar shape. So let's have a look next time and see if we can fix it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press the subscribe button, and maybe I'll see you next time.